welcome to Zazen Tarot Space. In this video, I want to share with you how to store your tarot cards. I am hopeful that by now you would have already purchased your first set of tarot cards. Some of you may have received it as a gift. Friends, when we get a set of tarot cards, we tend to, in the beginning, if we have not learned tarot, then we tend to treat them like regular set of cards, playing cards. Friends, what is important to understand here is that tarot cards, how do they work? They work with energies. They work with the energies of the universe and energies of the Akashic records. In case you would like to know more about this, you can look up on the top corner. You will find the card to our video titled How Does Tarot Work? There you will be able to understand in detail how tarot cards actually work. So, in short, tarot cards work on the energies and the vibrations of the universe. And since they work on the energies and the vibrations, it is very important that we retain and maintain the sanctity and the purity of those energies and those vibrations. That is why, friends, we should do everything that is possible to preserve the purity of the energy and the vibrations. We should not expose them to any negative or extreme kind of energies and vibrations. Now, what does that mean for us? So what it means is that our cards work through our energies, the energies of the tarot card reader. Whenever we are doing a tarot card reading, we ordinarily clear our mind of all the thoughts. So we close our eyes, we either pray or we meditate. Almost all tarot card readers either regularly do some inner work or do some form of meditation, some form of mind clearing exercises. So friends, that way what happens is that whenever you're sitting with your cards, your mind is clear and you do not have too many either negative energies or very extreme energies. Friends, it is not about just negative energies. Any kind of extreme energy, like for example, if you are extremely excited about something, that is also an extreme form of energy. So any kind of extreme energy is not recommended. That kind of a frame of mind is not recommended while doing a tarot card reading. So readers do not usually, whenever they sit with their tarot cards, they are in a calm and a peaceful state of mind, which is how we maintain a peaceful vibration and energy of our tarot cards. We want our tarot cards to be extremely sensitive to the energies and vibrations that they are receiving from the querent. For that, it is important that our tarot cards stay neutral in terms of energy. When they are neutral, then they are sensitive to the energies of the querent. Whether the energies are coming directly from the querent or they are not coming directly from the querent but through the reader. Sometimes the reader will hold the cards. The querent may not actually even be around us, around the reader when the reader is doing the reading or taking out the cards. But when the reader, the tarot card reader, is taking out the cards, in that moment, through the thoughts of the reader, through the question, through the framing of the questions, and through the energies picked up from the querent, even if the querent is at a distance. That is how the tarot cards work. So we want our tarot cards to be neutral so that they can be sensitive enough to pick up the energies. It is through those energies that the cards that we draw up end up being relevant and similar to what circumstances the querent is facing. So friends, this is why it is very important that we store our cards in a safe manner. Now, how do we store them? Ideally, it is best to use silk cloth. So keep the original packing of your tarot cards. Always handle your tarot cards with nicely cleaned, washed hands and in a clean place, a space where ordinarily you don't do anything else. So keep a special place for reading your tarot cards. Even when you're learning, even at this stage, keep a nice space where you don't do anything else. Maybe a place where you usually pray or maybe read something positive. That is the place where you should, even when you're studying your tarot cards, learning tarot cards, even in the initial stages, this is the kind of place you want to, really read or study about tarot. And when you do that regularly, then it becomes a twofold process. One is that your mind automatically turns towards tarot when you go to that space, and it switches off from the outside world and the mind becomes peaceful. Also, because you are training your mind to be peaceful while reading tarot, then it calms down and gradually you become more of a medium and do not attach your own interpretations, but allow the meaning of the cards to unfold by themselves. Now, another thing, friends, is that silk cloth is good in terms of keeping the inside vibrations in and outside vibrations out. So keep your cards in the original packing. Then after that you can have either one set of cloth or you can have 2-3 sets of cloth. So you can fold it first in the first cloth, then in the second cloth, or some of you, if you have multiple tarot cards, tarot decks, then you can keep them in a box. Preferably keep it in a dark colored box or a dark colored silk fabric, because that also helps to retain the vibrations and the energies and does not allow outside energies to come into the cards. Also, friends, some tarot card readers, when they are called for a reading someplace, they carry their own set of tarot cards to the person's or the client's or querent's house, and they travel with their set of cards. What I would recommend is that if you have to really see, preferably I prefer to do my readings at my place. If the client or the querent can travel to my place, perfect. If they cannot, I still recommend that they do an online reading rather than me traveling with my cards to their place. So when you travel with your cards, friends, the cards are sensitive and they pick up all sorts of energies from all sorts of people and places. What I do recommend is that if by chance it is not possible for you to do the reading at your place and you really need to travel to your client's or your querent's place and you have to carry your cards, then you can keep a separate deck for traveling purposes. There are some small mini decks also available which are very convenient to carry. They're smaller, much smaller in size, almost 1/4 the size of the actual cards. You'll be able to find them online. And in case you want to order your first set of tarot deck and you're a little lost, I'll share the link of the Rider-Waite tarot deck that you could buy. And if you're a beginner, then you should buy a Rider-Waite tarot deck until and unless you have completely learned the Rider-Waite. Then you can move on to another deck of your choice. Why you should buy the Rider-Waite tarot deck, that explanation you will find in my video titled "Which Tarot Deck to Buy." You'll find that on our channel playlist. So I would recommend that first and foremost, avoid carrying your tarot deck. If you have to carry it, then keep a separate tarot deck for carrying. And when you carry, as you carry, keep them very nicely covered in dark colored cloths and in a box, and then carry them. Otherwise you may end up drawing cards which you'll be like, how did this card come up in this kind of a reading, and things are not resonating. That's because the energies and the vibrations have gone haywire. And also for the same reason, to begin with, when you're a beginner tarot card reader, a lot of us face this issue that people want to borrow our tarot decks, either temporarily or for a longer period. And when people want to borrow our tarot deck, we find it difficult to say no to them, especially if they are close family, relatives and friends. You will have to find a way to explain to them that tarot decks cannot be kind of borrowed and lent like that, because that interferes with their energies, and the whole point of reading tarot cards is lost if you're reading it from somebody else's deck. So friends, that I felt was very important, because a lot of us who are newcomers and just beginning to read the tarot cards do not really know how they should be treated in the beginning. And by the time we get to know, we have already formed the habit of not being careful about our cards, or not taking the care of our cards the way we should, and then it becomes difficult to break that habit. So start right from the very beginning and have a lovely journey of learning tarot. All the best, friends. We will now move on to the next topic. We can either, if you like, you can go on to the short course, or you can go on to the detailed tarot course.